Hello, everyone, and welcome. Here is Kamil, and it has been a good time since I posted the tutorial, and I come back, and today we are going to explain the most useful tools in the selection tools. There is 9 methods for selection inside Blender, and in around 5 minutes, you will master all these selection tools inside Blender. Let's start with the shortest path, and here you have plane, and it's subdivided, of course. You can apply that for any mesh, not even cube or a plane. So you can select vertex and press control and left click here. So it selects the shortest path from here to here. So if you select one vertex here and press control, so it will select this path. And here this path. And if you press shift, you can see that it select more vertex such as this, as you can see. That's fine for now. It work only also with edges, as you can see, like that, here, and as you can see. So the next is selection or the rectangle area. So in the face mode, if you press Control Shift, it will select this rectangle. So it select all this rectangle. So you select one and press Control Shift and select this one. So it select the all these of these faces. So again, select this face and press Control Shift. Let's select the other one in this corner. So press left click ordinary button and press Control Shift. So it select this rectangle, of course. That's fine. And after that, we have the proportional editing. Glad to say that you can do proportional editing. So if you select any vertex, you can do proportional editing, of course, if you enable the proportional editing. So you can manipulate the mesh using the proportional editing. After that, you have the linked. If you have mesh and multiple parts, you can select here any vertex and press Ctrl L. As you can see, you select this part. Press L also can do the job. Press L can do the job. And if you press Ctrl L, you have a few options here. You can select by theme. So if you have a few themes here, and there is Ctrl E mark theme. So if you select here L and press theme, it will select all the faces and boundary of that theme. That's fine. So press Ctrl L, you can define the option by material or normal and so on. And after that, you have the looping. I am in the options, I enable the emulate 3-button mouse. So the selection for me is different. So I press double click to select that, double click here, and press control and double click to select rings. If you want to know the if you want to know the shortcut, you can come here, select rings. All that will be in this menu. And by the way, you can select all by pressing A and deselect all by pressing Alt A. So A select all and Alt A deselect all. And if you select few faces, you can invert that by pressing Control I. That's easy. And as you can see, it's here in the selection. Alt A, Control I. So that's the most important thing. You can invert selection by pressing Control I. And after that, you have select similar. Assume that you have this cube, and if you have few faces here, you can press the similar areas. So let's select Shift G and select similar area. So it will select all the faces with the same area. Of course, all these faces has the same area. And if you press here any face and press Control, let's subdivide here also. So if you press Shift G and similar area, you can see that you have selected all of these area. That's fine. And after that, we have the grow selection and so on. So you can grow selection by pressing Control A. Sorry for that, Control plus, as you can see here, and Control plus, Control minus to grow and shrink. So you increase the selection and decrease the selection. So you have the grow selection, and in the menu, I think it's more or less control plus, control minus. So it's select grow selection and shrink selection. And we have something called the flat areas. To be honest, I didn't know for that. I know that I think a few weeks ago, but it's very helpful. So you can select similar, I think linked flat faces here, and it will select all the normal. So I think it's similar to select G by normal. So you can do the same. Shift G, select normal or flat. That's helpful if you have, I think if you have such as this. Let's select linked flat faces. It will select all the flat faces based on that, because that's not flat. It will select all the flat faces. So let's shift G, flat faces here, and I think no flat faces here, but here I think select the flat faces, and it's fine. Again, we have the inner region. It's very helpful if you are doing a character design. So assume that you have edge here. So I select this edge, selecting this edge, and pressing select inner region, and I want to add this to quick favorites, and as you can see it select this one. So again select this edge and select this edge and press Q inner region. Very helpful. And you can invert, as you can see, you can invert selection by pressing this one. Very helpful. And to be honest, this is the most useful tools. But let's come back here. In the shortest path, you can see that we have few options. If you press control, you can see that you have these options by pressing F. And using that, you can see that you have face stepping or fill region, and you can deselect this like this, or select like this. So you have a lot of options for every command in Blender. You have a lot of options. You can take a look of that by pressing control, sorry for that, or F9. At any time you can press F9 to. So that's it for this lesson. Every command, as I've mentioned, every command have F9. So press F9 for every command, and you will see that you have a pop-up menu here in the left bottom part. That was a quick tips and tricks video, and in the next tutorial I will explain another tips and tricks, and I'm willing to publish a few tutorials about product design in the next few days. So keep following the channel, and you can check my website in the description for more professional courses about Blender and product design. So thanks for watching this video. See you in the next tutorial.